Network programming with Python. Let's talk about the terminologies involved in networking, explore the socket module, its methods and exceptions, and some other internet modules in Python. Network sockets are internal endpoints that send and receive data. These are part of two-way communication links between programs that run on a network. Let's take some basic terminology. Domain is the family of protocols like AF-INET, PF-INET, PF-UNIX, and PF-X25. These are the protocols for transport. The communication between two endpoints can be of type SOC-DGRAM for connectionless protocols and SOC-Stream for the connection-oriented ones. The protocol tells us the protocol used within a domain and type. Usually this is 0. A server listens to one or more ports for a client call, and a host name identifies a network interface. This may be a string, a dotted quad address, an IPv6 address, a zero-length string, or even an integer. Socket is a low-level networking interface in Python. This module provides access to the BSD socket interface. To create a socket, we use the socket function, to which we provide the socket family, the socket type, and optionally the protocol to implement. The socket family may be AF-UNIX or AF-INET. The socket type may be SOC-Stream or SOC-DGRAM. There are multiple methods we can call on a socket. Let's first talk about the server socket methods. Bind binds the address to the socket. This address includes the host name and the port number pair. Listen starts the TCP listener, and accept passively accepts the TCP client connection, blocking until the connection arrives. The client has one socket method. Connect actively initiates a TCP server connection. Now some general socket methods. Send sends a TCP message. Send to sends a UDP message. Receive receives a TCP message, and receive from receives a UDP message. Close closes a socket, and get host name gets us the name of the host. When things don't always go as expected, sockets throw exceptions. Error is a socket related error. H error is an error about addresses. GAI error is the same but is raised by getAddressInfo and getNameInfo. And timeout is raised when there's a timeout on a socket with timeouts enabled. When a socket times out or doesn't receive a response within a given time limit. Some other modules we have let us work with networks. HTTP-lib, URL-lib, and XML-RPC-lib work on port 80 with the HTTP protocol and deal with web pages. NNTP implements the NNTP protocol on port 119 and deals with Usenet news. NNTP is Network News Transfer Protocol. FTP-lib and URL-lib work on port 20 implementing FTP and dealing with file transfers. FTP is File Transfer Protocol. And SMTP-lib helps send emails implementing SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, on port 25. POP-lib fetches emails on port 110 with the POP3 protocol. And IMAP-lib does that on port 143 with the IMAP4 protocol. Telnet-lib implements the Telnet protocol on port 23 and deals with command lines to provide remote access. And Gopher-lib and URL-lib are for the Gopher protocol on port 70, dealing with document transfers. Network programming with Python lets us implement our own servers and clients.